What is going on, everybody, and welcome back once again. My name is Jordan, also known as J.R.R, and thank you for joining me for another episode of our Elven Dominion campaign. We are, of course, playing 4th Age Total War, a wonderful modification for Rome Total War Barbarian Invasion, and it's been quite some time since our last episode, let's do a little bit of a recap of the lay of the land as it is right now. Over here, east of the Misty Mountains, we are quite secure. We've got our allies surrounding us. Most of the evil factions really kind of struggling, I think, to penetrate this massive cordon that we've made here. Rohan is struggling a little bit against the cultists of Adunabar because they just have so much numbers, and the cultists of Adunabar have managed to recover largely all the territory we've taken from them. Down here, west of the Anduin, things are not going great for Gondor. Gondor's really on the back foot. They've lost a lot of territory here, including Minas Tirith. Yes, they have lost Minas Tirith to the Adunabar cultists, so as soon as possible, we're going to have to rush some troops down here in order to deal with this menace. But for the time being, our northern and southern borders are quite secure, which is good to see. We've got a nice army here stationed at the city of Yorfeld that can hold off just about anything that decides to attack it. And up here in the north, we have Thranduil's halls. Unfortunately, Thranduil himself has departed Middle-earth, leaving us to fend for ourselves, but we do have a fairly strong garrison there at the Elven King's halls as well. Some good news, in fact, that we are finally... This is the moment, in fact, that we've been waiting for the entire campaign, is where we are able to finally take the fight to the cultists of Adunabar, and that is exactly what we're going to do. So we're going to leave a skeleton crew garrison here, move up and attack Lieutenant Miniature, who's going to run away from us like the bloody coward that he is. Of course, we're going to destroy him. Maybe not. So we may have to deal here with 2 Adunabar cultists, but this is a calculated risk because I'm having a lot of trouble because of the way that the population works. I'm not able to really raise the army over in the west near Mithlond and Harlan and all that good stuff as quickly as I would like to. My original plan was to attack from 2 fronts and squish the cultists of Adunabar between my 2 armies, but it's just not possible. So if we can take out these 2 massive doom stacks up here, along with some of their family members, then we will be able to free up our forces to basically run amok amongst the cities and villages of the north. So it's a bit of a risk. If we lose that army, we lose basically the entire game's worth of preparation. But if we can keep things together and take these guys on in the field, which I think we can, we have the troops to do it. Then we can really make a lot of progress, I think, in the campaign. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pass the turn. I'll see you guys in just a moment. Alright, so we've begun to make our move towards the city of Doall, which is being checked by a large concentration of Adunabar forces. That is a lot of troops. 2 full stacks here. I'm pretty sure that we could, if we took them all on the field at the same time, I'm confident in our ability to break them. However, the cost would be very high. But we do have a little bit of an opportunity here. Mr. Lieutenant Daurin is hanging out in front of the city, which is not going to bear the fruit that I wanted it to. So I guess we're going to have to besiege the city, I suppose. I really want to draw these guys into a conflict. I don't want to fight them all at once, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. Let's go ahead and let's pass the turn, and we'll see what the next season brings to us. And apparently it brings a major pitched battle. Let's take a look at the forces. Fairly light. I am worried about some of the Manish elements of my army. I don't know how well they will stand up to some of the underling units, especially like these Swords of the Shadow and these Dark Swords, who are all heavy infantry. So far, it's been our Elven units fighting these guys, and that's been okay. Our Elven units kind of tend to butcher Manish units, but honestly, a large portion of our forces is men, and from here on out, we're going to have to rely on them. So I don't know how easy this is going to be, but I will see you guys now on the battlefield. Alright, so in order to extend my battle line, I've opted to use this gigantic rock, which is so conveniently placed for us. I'm going to use that to hold down my center and funnel them into one of my 2 wings. I've prepared quite a lot of bowmen. On the other side, I have a ton of mercenary bowmen from Eriador, and I'm going to use them hopefully to great effect. They're really cheap, but they have decent arrow damage, and the cultists of Adunabar are quite vulnerable to arrow fire. Over on my left flank, I have concentrated the bulk of my forces, because this is what I want to draw them into. I want them to rush at my 2 Elven Retainer units, because they replenish every turn, so I don't really have to worry if I take too many casualties amongst their ranks. I've also got my Noldor swords there, who are notoriously resilient. There's not a whole lot you can do to these guys to kill them. I'm going to keep my lighter units in reserve. I've got a unit of Threshold troops here, alongside some Elven Wardens in the front line, because what is the purpose of the Elven Wardens if not to die in the place of the Elves? So I think that's a pretty good strategy. We're going to go ahead and we're going to start the battle. Let's see. They've got some reinforcements. Let's see if the cults of Adunabar opt to wait for the arrival of their friends before pushing their advantage here. I think that's what they're going to do, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fast forward just a little bit, and I'll see you guys in a moment. It looks like they're actually going to sally forward here, which is wonderful to see. They're going to walk right in to the teeth of my arrows. I can see a lot of bowmen and infantry companies prepared for them back there, and on the other side as well. So bring it on, you damn cultist bastards. Let's see what you got. We've also got one of their family members here, so we could take him down. That's a big loss to the cults of Adunabar, as I'm not sure if everybody knows this, but in the event that it's not common knowledge, if you can destroy all of the family members for a faction in Rome Total War or in Medieval 2 Total War, then you destroy that faction without taking any of its territory, without taking any of its armies. You can destroy that entire faction, which is great. Everybody loves that. Everyone loves to slay their enemies in cheeky, glorious fashion. See these horsemen here, really not having a fun time, taking a lot of damage from my Aerodor bowmen, who are just doing work. And the second they try to charge in here, they're going to find themselves face to face with some elven spears. Right, we're going to have to keep moving now. We're going to need to use micro to beat this army and not take many casualties. If I take like 20 or 25% casualties, then I have definitely failed my warriors in this battle, because there's no reason for that to happen given the quality of troops facing us. So the Aerodor, the Adunabar forces being a little bit indecisive. These heavy horseman units getting themselves just gunned down, kind of just like walking in front of my archers, not really sure what they want to do with themselves. Come on, kill them already, damn it. They're just light horsemen. It says heavy horsemen, but look at these guys, don't believe it. I'm doing over here. Not a whole lot. They're kind of just struggling to get themselves into position. I don't even think our elven bows have begun firing yet. Well, maybe we should move them up a tad. Move you guys over here. I like the sound of that. Move you two up here. Into position, boys. These guys doing? Oh, I guess I forgot to use you guys somewhere. Okay, so we're gonna fall them back a little bit, have them be a second line. Nice tiered skirmish line. Always a good thing to have. This formation seems to be very, very similar to tight formation. Let's see how we're doing. Like, looks like those horsemen got themselves wiped out. Now we're getting to start in on their footmen, which is good. I like this. This is beautiful. These Aerodor bowmen are more than paying for themselves, I think, just by taking down that one horseman unit. Still another one yet to come, but given how handily we dealt with that one, I'm not really all that worried about it. The Adunabar forces really being hesitant here. I don't think they know where most of my forces are, and that's probably an issue for them. They definitely can see my bodyguards, though. Go ahead and let's fast forward just a little bit here. See what they're doing with themselves. They may be waiting for reinforcements, which I think is what they're doing. You can see some reinforcements coming in the rear. That first wave might have just been a few eager companies ready to make a name for themselves. Unfortunately, they got shot down for their trouble. Whoa, what's going on over here? Got some dark bows. Let's go ahead and let's turn down the normal speed. Those dark bows really not having a good time against my my mercenary Aerodor men. But they are now out of ammunition, so we're going to fall them back behind the rock. We got more troops here to take their place. Oh wait, no we don't. They're out of ammunition as well. What do you know? That's okay. I still have more. Form up, form up. Let's see if we can't move in from the rear and maybe get some pot shots off on those dark bows from a place that they least expect it. Yeah, it looks pretty clear. There's no Adunabar cultists in the area, so we should be able to do that. There we go. They're now in position. I think they're within range. No, they're slightly out of range. That's okay. Move up just a little bit. Go, my warriors! How are you guys doing? Almost those dark bows have actually fallen back, and I'm moving to check the advance of my troops. That's fine. Let's move them. Let's move these guys back. I don't want to take too many casualties amongst my Elven archers. They're much more important. And if I can draw them into firing range of the rest of my Elven troops, then so be it. Yeah, these poor dark bows, they have no idea what they just got themselves into. The rest of this Adunabar force, though, still hesitant. Very unfortunate. Looks like they might be preparing a very large flanking maneuver, trying to come around the side of the rock. So we got some dark bows here. Oh man, what I wouldn't give for some more horsemen. Luckily, however, we have some greenwood bows prepared for them, and once they get themselves into position, then we'll be able to open fire. How are we doing here? Those dark bows doing a little bit better than I would have hoped. Nah, I think it's probably because of the presence of this gigantic rock formation in our way that's not allowing us to do the damage that we want to do. Let's move up another unit of bows here. Try and minimize casualties. Quickly, my warriors! Go! There we are. These guys now beginning to fire on those dark bows as they move in. Sucks to be you guys. Oh, they're actually really overextended too. I don't think I see any infantry in the area, though they do have some horsemen, so that's something to look out for. Maybe I won't commit my infantry reserves just yet. Come on, boys. Do work. And those dark bows getting shot up quite badly. And over here, they're now down to 16. Feel confident enough. Rearranging these guys. So we need to fire on this much more numerous, much more dangerous unit of dark bows. Quickly, my warriors. There we go. Let's see what we got going on over here. There's another big flanking movement being prepared. They have more horsemen than I thought they did. I thought they only had a couple units of these horsemen of the shade, but apparently they have like 2 or 3, and a really heavy general's bodyguard unit, who I think is hanging out over here. Nope. He's around somewhere. I've seen him. I'm not crazy, I swear. Yeah, these Adunabar cultists really need to get their rear in gear. I think once we manage to kill some more of their archers, they take a certain like threshold of casualties, and then the AI decides that it's just not worth it to skirmish anymore, and they rush in like fools. Many of our green bows here got themselves gunned down. 6 dark bows. It's not worth wasting ammunition on. Fall back. You there. Move up. What are these guys doing? Managed to push back those dark bows? Yes, yes indeed they did. Don't think there's any of them left. Might have killed the entire unit right there, which would be beautiful. Yeah, here we go. Now the infantry fight can begin. Look at this. Look at this massive line of Adunabar forces now moving forward. Let's see here. Move these 2 a little bit farther forward. Snug hunters. Ooh, very, very scary. A lot of orcish bows here. Not really all that great, but good for like mass amounts of volley fire. Can definitely become a pain if you're not careful. What's going on over here? They still can't decide whether or not they want to move in and fight us. We're not going to give them the opportunity to deny us battle, though. Yeah, look at this. Now that they're within range of our 2 units opposed there, they may begin to move forward. Yeah, here we are. Let's force an engagement. Come on. You know you want to. Stop stutter stepping. Let's do this. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fast forward just a little bit here and wait for the AI to find its spine. So it appears that the AI has finally screwed its courage to the sticking place and is now beginning to move forward. You can see my formation, see my troops, I think. Now they know what they're getting into. I think they're going to finally move forward here and engage me in close combat. But we're not going to let them... We're not going to give them the initiative. Absolutely not. We're going to charge into battle here with our heavy infantry forces. Charge! There we go. Should be able to sweep away this flank very, very quickly if we move swiftly and efficiently. Over here, we've managed to do a ton of damage to a lot of their very important forces. A lot of their skirmishing forces have now already fallen in combat. I think they've still got some cavalry, though, which is a little bit concerning. I'm not too sure what they're doing with it, though. They seem to be hesitant to commit it after I butchered the first unit of Horsemen of the Shades. Come on, get in there. You see where they are. Come on, charge. There we go. No, what is this all about? I'm trying to flank my elven retainers. You bastards! No those swords! Charge! Here we are. For Varda, Lady of the Stars and all that and so forth. Sees a little bit of movement there on the horsemen. You can see them peeking through the trees. Have to keep them, keep an eye on them if at all possible. What's happening over here? Looks like some horsemen have gotten through my lines. Ah, crap! This is what I was afraid of. Lindon gods, charge! Oh well, they're just mercenary bowmen. They're completely and utterly replaceable. And somehow they've managed to break these swords. So well done to them. And all their swords here getting a little bit overlapped. Now I think this would be a very decent place to employ our Lindon guards. Try and secure this flank, make sure that they're not able to affect any kind of breakthroughs here on my lines, and yeah, and get into my more important range companies like my Elven bows there. You guys, fall back. How are we doing over here? Pretty well. Butchering those underling footmen. I think the biggest problem here is those damned dirty dark bows in the background who are shooting my my poor forces up. Once we manage to break through these guys, I'll be able to hunt them down with one of my Elven bodyguards. Gonna have to be careful though. Don't want to open up too many holes in our lines. Come on, you idiots! Oh wait, we have an opportunity. Breaking our lines here. Okay, now we've shattered that flank. Get them, Helvellyn. You take them on. Threshold troops, however, you're going to come around the back of these dark swords, these swords of the shadow, whatever, and we're going to rout them. What are we doing over here? So we got some horsemen coming for our Elven. Nope, we're okay, we're okay. Well, this guy's getting shot up. Don't want that to be happening, so let's try and fall them back into the woods behind our lines. All of our bow units that are now out of ammunition, we're going to fall them all back, because I don't want to take any casualties. They've done their job. Okay, we've managed to cause a mass rout here. Look at all these Adunabar forces now fleeing in panic. Let's skirt around the edge with our Elven Mariners and continue to hunt down these dark bows with our Helvellyn. Where'd they go? There they are. Charge! I'm doing over on this end. So far, so good. Threshold troops holding well. I get some work raiders, not really all that scary. Over here, things looking good. Those horsemen of the shadow have been broken. We've got one unit here. Yes, just one unit, a fairly healthy unit, however, of spearmen. They're going to cut these cultists up. The cultists are really, as far as I can tell, only useful for chanting and that sort of thing. Reinforcements now coming over onto that wing. Let's see. What are you guys up to? Maybe able to bring you around. A little bit disorienting. Bring you guys around alongside the Mariners. Come on. Kill them. Kill them all. Okay, now we've managed to break them. Big breakthrough here. Let's just continue to come around this flanking force, and then we can roll up what remains of their lines. Yeah, the Snug Archers really not having a good time. I don't think they're going to stick around for too much longer. Wavering, come on. Break. You know you want to. You know you want to run back to your disgusting, filthy holes in the mountains. Alright, let's fast forward a little bit. There's only so much to be done here, and there we go. They've now broken. Got some stock of hunters in the back there. But let's... Oh my goodness, my poor Elven Mariners. Taking a lot of casualties. I think it's from those damn dirty Snaga hunters. Like I said, not to be underestimated. Just massive volume of fire. I have to run these guys down as well. You guys managed to catch those dirty dark bows? Yes, you did. Oh crap. The unit of dark swords here. They've unfortunately lured our poor Helvellyn wardens into a trap, and I think that's going to be all she wrote for them. There is a little bit of reforming, it would appear, on the part of the Adunabar cultists, which is a big pain in my butt. What we got back here? Yeah, there we go. Managing to slowly squeeze these orc raiders, and that's going to be basically all she wrote for them. There's a general's bodyguard around here somewhere, and I want to make sure that he dies. There he is. What we got here? Get him! See if we can't catch him in a pincer movement. Elsewhere, everyone else is doing pretty well. Except for these poor Helvellyn wardens who are going to rout. I feel so bad for these guys. There's nothing I could do. I kind of let them get a little bit too far ahead, thinking that all they would have to deal with is those dark bows. But unfortunately, they've got themselves caught out. So that's a very important unit in our army. One of our larger, more numerous melee units now routing off the field. Damn! Damn you! You will be avenged. Your sacrifice will not be in vain. God, there's just so many of these damn things. Just freaking die already. It's like we finally managed to catch that Adunabar bodyguard unit. Doing a lot of damage to our poor Mariners. They've taken about half damage. And that's going to be all she wrote for the main Adunabar commander. Let's slaughter these underling footmen. This is actually quite a large victory for us. We're going to be able to take a little bit of territory as well, which will help our finances, which will help us get more troops in the near future. Charge! Kill them all. Boom. Alright. You guys take on those dark bows. You and you destroy these dark swords coming from the rear. Oh, these poor threshold troops really having a hard time. Luckily, we haven't lost any of our Noldor swords, and they're going to be, I think, the decisive factor in putting an end to this engagement very, very quickly. They're running down our poor Elven wardens. I'm so sorry, my friends. I have failed you. Those dark bows. Now the shoe is definitely on the other foot. Those dark bows now chasing my Elven wardens around. Very unfortunate. I'm surprised that any of these Adunabar forces are willing to stick around at this point. Oh man, I never even used those Eriador axemen. Oh well, at least there's that. We'll still have a reasonable number of troops left at the end of this battle. Come on. Kill them! Kill them all! Bloody underling footmen, come on! Die! Let's see here. Select all my infantry. Let's throw them against these damn cultists. I think that's going to be all she wrote for the cultists, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fast forward, and I'll see you guys now in just a moment. And that's all she wrote for the Adunabar forces. Quite a large commitment there, about 3,000 of them. They did outnumber us, well over 2 to 1. We managed to do a ton of damage to the Adunabar military presence in the north of Middle-earth, which is exactly what we have set out to do. Look at that. 412 kills on the Noldor swords, who are like a unit of like 41. That is crazy good. Crazy good. That's like a 10 to 1 kill ratio. Very impressive. So that worked out quite nicely for us, taking only about, I think, 15% casualties or so of our overall force, which is as good as can be hoped in a major field battle like that. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to occupy the city of Doall, adding it to our empire. Finally managing to contest the forces of Adunabar in the north of Middle-earth. This feels good. This feels like, yeah, this is exactly what we've been building up to the entire game. So, you know, I'm happy about this. Let's see here. Turgon, House Lord. Okay, you're coming over here. We're gonna need you. We're gonna need lots of Elven bodyguards in our army. You know what? I might even send the Galadrim archers with you. Nice commitment from the Galadrim, the bodyguard, and some elite Elven archers coming to aid our cause. Let's see here. Time to begin to develop the city of Doall, make it ours. First things first. Can I destroy this? No, I can't destroy that. We need to find out exactly what their culture buildings are and destroy them, otherwise we're going to have a whole bunch of problems. Let's see, Homeland Dominion, oh, what do you know? Very important to them. Oh, what a shame. Goodbye. Mine now. They've got a lot of pretty nice buildings in there. Once we get that culture building online, we'll be able to exploit their resources. Managed to recoup a few of our mariners, who are still looking very, very sad overall. Though it looks like all of our Eriador bowmen rather came back as well. We somehow managed to get 46 of our Elven wardens saved as well. I think that's pretty good for the turn. Let's go ahead and let's end it. I'll see you guys in just a moment. So the Adunabar forces have committed a very grave misstep by overextending their lines. They've moved their forces just outside the city of Doall. I've left a skeleton crew there to hold down the fort while we move in to attack them. I think they had their sights set on Last Bridge, which is very lightly defended right now. But we are going to punish them very, very heavily for this misstep, and I'll see you guys now on the battlefield. Alright, so we have a very compact formation, not usually one I like to go through. I like kind of more flexible formations and so forth. But we are facing some cavalry, some of that heavy Adunabar cavalry, so I want to be able to make sure that we can essentially defend ourselves from any angle. So it's a little bit of a new box, essentially. We're offering our Elven retainer units off as bait, trying to draw them into the center. We'll see if we take it. That's a very, very vast Adunabar force. I can't fight them line to line, but I will be able to kind of close ranks here a little bit and form myself a nice little box. My mercenary bowmen here up front in order to take any casualties from those Snugga, and we'll use our bowmen, who have much greater range and a much greater damage, and are just ultimately more valuable as backup for those Eriador archers. At least the cultists of Adunabar are going to come to us this time, not making us chase them all the way around the map. Looks like their bodyguard is coming out first thing too. Well, that's really useful. Might be able to shoot him down very, very quickly. I'm not really sure where I want to use my archers. Use my green bows and so forth to try and weaken this flank here. Oh, it's gonna be scary. Alright, time to activate our spears. Quickly, my warriors. I feel shameful and dishonorable doing this, but you know what? I don't care all that much. The Adunabar cultists don't fight fair either. All in all, it's a nice little formation. I like it. It's very functional. Okay, I managed to weaken their center a little bit. Let's take down those Grim Spears. Those Snaga Hunters are trying to shoot us. Let's deal with them. Where's that damned bloody? There he is. Foolishly sitting within range of my archers, I will make him rue the day. Come on. Come on, my Elven warriors. Open fire. Alloy Fidin. Wow, that was devastating. That's much better than I expected them to. That's heavy cavalry. Shielded heavy cavalry. Yeah, goodbye. Let's see if that makes them think twice about standing there like idiots. Yeah, let's just continue to weaken sections of their army, and we can use our more important troops to punch through those weaknesses. Oh, looks like they've had enough of my shenanigans. I'm actually gonna come and commit in an infantry battle now. Show me what you got. Show me what passes for fury amongst your misbegotten kind. Okay, they've kind of shortened their line a little bit here. We're going to take advantage of that. Move some Elven threshold troops up to take their place. You guys can do a lot of work when it comes to holding down that line. I'm going to move my Aerodor Axemen around the flank, use them to flank those Adunabar forces and keep the Mariners in reserve. Attack! Oh, that's a big gap in my line. Oh, never mind. That's not a gap in my line at all. Kill them all! There's our bowmen. Focus there. There goes the Adunabar general, which is great news for us. Let's focus now on these archers over here. You know, you guys can kill the Snaga archers. We'll focus on their infantry in the center that aren't really doing anything. Oh, nice mass route there. I gotta be careful that doesn't turn into a mistake for us. Don't want to open up a big hole in my lines and allow the rest of these forces to push through. Though it looks like this is wow. I can't believe that this is a thing. We're just slaughtering these guys. What are we doing over here? Mass routes. It would appear so. Except for you guys. You guys stay in place. Do what you're doing. One of those damn Aerodor warriors. Hey, run! Toot sweet! Oh, now they're wrapping around my Noldor. I'm sure my Noldor don't care. They eat swords and shields and spears for breakfast. Let's see here. I'm going to break a significant portion of that Adunabar army. I want to keep them on the run. I don't want them to be reforming anytime soon. So I'm just going to keep this unit up here, kind of terrorize them a little bit, and just keep them fleeing for their lives. Because Underleague footmen don't really have great morale to begin with, so I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem. There we go. Attack! What are you guys even doing with your time? No, stop that. Stop it. You guys are still taking casualties. I'm not sure from what. Probably, possibly from friendly fire. It's a bit of my bad right there. At least seems like some of their army might have a chance to reform, but honestly, if they want to come back and have a second go, I'm more than willing to oblige them. Let's go ahead and let's fast forward a little bit here and witness the end for this this new Adunabar force. Charge! Roll up their lines. Finish this. Beautiful. Well, that's basically all she wrote for these guys. Time now to move forward. Reform! Reform the line! I'm going to move forward in force and push out any Adunabar forces that decide that they want to turn around and have another go. I don't think we're going to see anything from them. I think they're just going to run beeline right for the edge there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fast forward. I'll see you guys at the post-battle screen. Hooray! Another glorious victory for the Elven realm. Galleon of Mithlond has led his forces once again to a successful victory over the force of Adunabar, who are down to a shadow of their former strength. I think we managed to destroy like 2 or 3 major armies for them. So I feel pretty confident now moving out with the rest of our forces. It's actually quite a nice self-contained force. Oh, excuse me. I think I may use that formation again in the campaign. I think that's probably not a bad idea. Just continuously use my campaigning army like that. Let's see. They've still got more forces, however, up here. So we're going to have to do something to deal with that. There is some good news, though. We've brought another 2 Elven bodyguards into the fray, alongside some Elven archers, some Galadrim warriors, and a couple more units of mercenary X-Men. So we'll be able to consolidate our gains and garrison the city of Doall with some fairly decent troops. Back here at Lastbridge, it's looking, reasonably well defended, sort of. We'll soon be able to retrain that 1 unit of Elven Wardens. But that's a lot, I think, for one episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you again in the next episode, which hopefully will not take quite so long. I'm trying to strike a fine balance between replays, which I know people love, and our traditional Let's Play series, which I love, and I know a lot of you guys really do as well, especially a lot of people who have been here since the beginning. So yeah, we're still working on finding a balance, but it's going to happen. But speaking of Let's Plays, we're going to be doing some more of our episodes. I think it's going to be possibly Deathwing, and maybe some of our Elves of Lorien as well. So you should be seeing a bunch of that today, as well as some kind of silly community-oriented videos as well. But yeah, that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you later. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye!